Tank King, we're coming online. Time on up. Yeah. We don't play roles, we just walk in the flame. MD calling shots like he coached the game. Boss move. Suited and grind, got that boss man sound. Yes, sir. Vision so clean, he could lead the whole team.
Happy Tuesday. What's going on, Longhorn Nation? What's going on? Hey, welcome to the Hornsmen Show. I'm your host, MD. And today in the studio, we got Rodney Waits. Waits, what up?
I'm playing my flute because that sounds like that'll be something random that we're going to talk.
Playing the flute. Next in the studio, we got Jonesy. Jonesy, what up?
What's going on, everybody? Straight talk on a good Tuesday. It's good to see you.
Toma T, what's good?
Hey, what's going on, America? The end of college football season is here, but we got new things to talk about. Shout out to coaches. Coaching matters. Shout out to Indiana.
It does. Gip, what up, baby?
Gridiron Gospel. Good evening, everybody. We're going to talk about the prodigal son, the parable of my man Fernando Mendoza as he returns to the promised land to take what was rightfully his. Thank you.
Rightfully.
Come on now.
Rightfully.
Sí se puede. Hey, but more importantly, America, we have the Marcus Myers, a 2005 national champion fullback, an on Texas contributor. I mean, and more importantly, he put the P in Pflugerville. Come on, what's up?
Come on now. Give it up.
Today, Marcus, what's up?
Beer game.
What's happening, fellas? What's going on? I just need to say something in case Jonathan Brown is watching this. I am from Austin, okay? I went to Pflugerville Conley, but my parents' home is in Austin, Texas. Has always been in Austin, Texas. We were just zoned for Pflugerville Independent School District. Thank you very much.
I love it. Hey, real quick, Marcus, you ain't got to explain yourself. I say you put
I do.
in Pflugerville.
I do because Jonathan likes to, try to always say I'm from Pflugerville. And I have to try to correct him
Pacific
pretty often.
Yeah.
It's Marcus. It's good that you do that. We have a buddy is the opposite. He says he's from New Orleans, but his zip code is Metairie. So we never let little Ricky Skidmore make it. His area code is Metairie. So it's you on the good side of it. And forget with Jonathan Brown. Shout out to Omega Sci-Fi because I know it's 3 of them watching now.
Got to good years.
And speaking of, we getting all sideways, but how do they feel about Ryan Clark wearing his y'all see game day yesterday leading up? That boy was real proud with his KA red and white jacket on. Waits, I know you got something to say.
So the weird part is he wore it on the Kappa's Founders Day, understandable, right? But then I thought it was a personal attack. I thought it was MLK Day. He was wearing it to try to show up something. But also, Ryan was in the league for years and nobody knew he was a Kappa. And then all of a sudden he did the pivot for maybe a year, and also nobody knew he was a Kappa. But now he is a proud member of whatever chapter is from LSU, yada yada yada. But shout out. But he wears a lot of satin exterior outerwear to be
his only saving hope is that I think Ricky Soto styled him.
Okay.
Therefore,
we'll
give him a little bit of credit on that with the styling. But hey, before we get into everything, y'all, let's go ahead and get to a little bit of what you know. And today's what you know is going to be a true or false what you know.
Finally.
Right? True or false what you know. So everybody gets a chance to answer the question. Question number 1. Indiana leads the nation in scoring offense with 42.6 points per game. We're going to go from left to right. Toma.
I say false. I think it's close. I don't think it's that high.
Okay. Gip.
Yeah, I'm going to say false if it were, false. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. That's false. That's not correct.
Marcus.
False.
Waits.
Not true. False.
Okay. Jonesy, are you going to stick with the team?
That's false.
Okay. You all are correct. The answer is North
North Texas.
Texas.
Oh, wow.
45.1 points. I mean, they had a great season, but everybody on their team hit the transfer
Yeah,
portal.
we're gonna talk about
Here.
those numbers, those transfer losses and go-ins later. But that they lost, I think 35 plus.
All right. Next question. Texas A&M scored the fewest points in the college football playoff national championship. We're gonna go with Jonesy.
This is a funny question.
It is a funny question.
The fewest points in the college football playoff. True.
Okay, Toma, to you.
Texas. This is a crazy question.
Answer it as if you're reading it earnestly. What is the answer? True or false?
Well, the answer would be false. Shout out to Ernest. So
There you go.
they're going to make up their own national champion.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be false based on the way the question is worded,
Yeah.
but I'll come back to me.
Marcus Myers.
I'm going to continue with the false trend here.
Okay, wait.
False, 3 points.
Correct. The answer is false. First of all, the answer is TCU scoring 7 points in 2023, and to make it even more false,
You got to
Texas
play it.
A&M never played
You got to play
in the
it.
college football national championship game.
Claim that
Yes,
they did.
they might make it up. You never know. They get
They
creative.
claim that they did.
Well, they ain't made it up yet. They ain't made it up yet.
Not yet.
Give them time. Next question. The 2005 Texas Longhorns averaged over 48 points per game. Jonesy.
Yeah, that's true, man. 50.
Come on.
Jonesy. Toma.
500. Yeah, true. Go for
Yep.
50.
Marcus.
I'm going to say false.
Ooh, Marcus.
Whoa!
He's gonna make everybody else reconsider their answer.
it.
Correct.
Wait.
Khalid was sitting next to me. Josie was sitting next to me. 150. Yes, true. It's over.
Correct answer is
48
Ah,
points.
50.
Ooh,
I thought it was going to be right at 48. I guess I should have known that, but you know.
yeah. No.
Wait,
no,
Marcus, you was on the field. We
Yeah,
we
you
saw the
was doing
scoreboard.
things.
Right
We was
there.
keeping the stats, dog. We were doing the stats. Staying.
Damn, that's kind of crazy.
yeah.
You don't know this, Marcus, but like we would literally just walk around yelling 50. Like
All
Facts.
season. All
Give it to
season.
me. Need it.
50.
Or 50. 50.
Oh, next question. The 2005 Texas Longhorns opponents averaged under
Ooh.
13 points per game.
Ooh,
Jonesy.
that's close, but I'm gonna ride the true wave right here again. That's close though.
Yeah.
That's real close.
True.
True.
Toma.
False. No, I didn't.
False.
False.
Yep.
That's false. That's incorrect.
Okay. Marcus.
Trying to think of scores.
Colorado scored 3.
Yeah. that
Oak
one.
State.
I'm gonna say false again.
Okay. False. Wait.
False, because I think it's like 14.6. Somewhere.
Ooh. The answer is you got your numbers transcribed, but 16.
Okay.
We're
Well, that's
Oh.
You've been working on that. He reads them.
we're looking at
for it.
34 points average. 34 point average margin of victory that year.
Good year.
Last question. In the 2005 national championship game, Thomas Swede led the Longhorns in catches with 8 for the game.
2-parter.
Jones,
No, that's false.
Yeah, I concur. False.
false.
Yeah.
False.
David
That's
Thomas.
incorrect.
Yeah.
Marcus?
False.
False. David Thomas.
Woo! Come on.
And the correct
Indeed.
answer is
Come on.
Thomas, 10 for
Hey,
80.
man.
8
I remember some.
yards.
Shout out to the
Yeah.
Saints.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to the Saints.
Shout out to
Remember
David
some.
Thomas, man. Hey, great. Part of the reason, guys, that we're talking about the 2005 national championship is because we have Marcus Myers. And also, this year has been 20 years. January 4th, 20 years ago, was the Rose Bowl game. But before we talk about that national championship game, what are your thoughts on the game last night? The Hoosiers of Indiana had a perfect season going 16-0, beating the belt loopless Michael Irvin my Hurricane. Give me your thoughts on the game. Marcus, we're gonna jump off with you, brother.
Yeah, man, it was a good game. Like it gave you a little bit of everything you would want to see in that kind of a matchup. Secretly, I guess maybe it makes me a hater, but I didn't want Indiana to win. I wasn't
Same.
really rooting for Miami, but I just didn't really want Indiana to win. Something about their team being as old as they are and everybody being like 23 or something just doesn't feel all the way right to me. They had way too many interceptions on the first drive of like multiple games this year. Something there just feels a little off. But at the end of the day, when all the chips were on the line, they put it together and they found a way to pull out a win. So it was entertaining game. You'll hear I guess Mendoza's run is their version of VY's for us, and so we'll be hearing about that for years to come. I'm sure him stretching out with the ball is going to be made into like trophies and T-shirts and you
Oh
name
yeah.
it. But it was a good game, man. I enjoyed watching it. And now we're stuck without ball for many, many months.
Yeah.
It's
Anybody
just
else?
that little pause of sadness as we realize
Well,
ball is over.
speaking of days, it's about 221 days since it. So let's go
Mm,
back. January 4th,
tough.
2006. We all remember it like it was yesterday. So Marcus, kind of take us through the preparation. It's the second Rose Bowl back to back for the team. But back then it was like 20 or 30 days between, almost a month, I think, between your last game versus that 73 versus Colorado. Shout out to Drew Kelson. Unshout out to Joel Klatt. But versus the 10 days that there is now. Give us like a little bit of like the bowl preparation and what it was going up against the alleged unbeatable giant of USC and actually playing in their home city.
Yeah, I mean, it was different because, like if you rewinded the year prior, we played Michigan, in the
Yeah.
same stadium. Everybody knows VY did the will we back, after the game. And then, the writing on the locker room chalkboard or whiteboard of if you want to go to the national championship, be here kind of thing. And so that happened, right? Like we had a theme for that year, and it was take dead aim, and the whole process from that off season up until the game itself was to be able to come back to the Rose Bowl because we knew the national championship game was going to be there. And the way the stuff came out in the preseason, USC was number one. They were coming off of, two national championships, had, Heisman's and, just talent all over the field. And so everybody was, they were the team to beat. And we were rooting for them throughout the year. So much to the
Mm,
point that, like when we got to whatever game it was we played the same night they were playing Notre Dame when they had
yeah.
the Bush push, we all rushed to the locker room and we were cheering for USC because we wanted to play them and we wanted it to be, the true like one versus two matchup. So when you got, finally there, I don't think it was like there was certainly never like anything where we were starstruck. Like, our team was primarily comprised of Texas boys, but we had been on a lot of like recruiting visits with a number of those guys. So we got to know them. We had been around them, in the days leading up to it when you had like some of the joint events together. And we just it wasn't like a chip on the shoulder where like we really felt they were disrespecting us. We just felt kind of like the media
Media
was.
was, yeah.
The night before I remember seeing like the could they beat the Browns and all this stuff. And it was just like, okay, we got some for that. And so the preparation I think was pretty easy in that we had worked for one common goal the entire year and we were finally about to achieve it. So we really just, had to be dialed in, but we also like to have a lot of fun, man. So,
Yeah.
we just kind of went out there and played our game and, history became what it was.
It's so funny you talk about.
Shout out to Coach
Yeah, he
Corso.
did. That's what I'm saying. He's the only one that picked us. But it's so funny. We were together, and we have whole stories about that at times. Jonesy did a Let It Burn remix of Usher down like Sunset Boulevard. But to talk about
Okay.
the point where you said where they could beat the Browns, ESPN did a deal, and they did like the top 20 teams like of all time. And like Kirk Herbstreit said, like maybe the one team was better, and then like Chris Fowler said another team, Chris Fowler at the time said another team. So I was like, out of all these 20 teams that are the greatest college football teams of all time, you saying USC was going to go 19-1 on one of them and 19-1, and I was like, do y'all know what have y'all watched what we have and the journey that you guys went on? So we were just as mad at what the media was doing.
Yeah.
But you know what they didn't do? They didn't make no rap songs back then.
Little known fact, Marcus, we made 2 rap songs, a Houston version and an Austin version.
Okay.
We'll put you on to that.
Matter of fact,
I don't think I've heard these. I've been around y'all a lot now, but I don't know if I've ever heard these songs.
Matter of fact,
we'll pull them out the archives.
Matter of fact, Spurlock, when you put them on YouTube, when you post this, we need to put our 2 rap songs up there. Because we was beefing with each other. We was like, bro, the Austin song go harder, the Houston song go harder.
Just so you know, we had some female leads on the track.
That's why Houston was
that actually stole.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting. Yes. We got flow. Let me just say that. Marcus, to know you for a man, good to see you. First of all, big shout out to the Mocha Travis Highs in the back. I see you right there, man, hitting them hard with those cement threes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Back there.
Well, City.
You and I, we share a lot of conversation, a lot of things, in our journeys of knowing each other for so many years, man. So I want to take us back to 2006, right? The ABC National Championship has just been played. Texas has won. It's the 92nd Rose Bowl. Trucker hats are in. Grills are in. Air Force One. Iconic tees. Cargo pants. Bait. G-Unit. Lil Wayne has just dropped the Drought and Dedication 1. Dedication 2 is on the way. Juicy tracksuits are being there. Velour is everywhere we could go. It's a Von Dutch going into a Burberry print bucket hat. Everything is on it, right? We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Walk me through how it was on campus after winning the Natty.
Man, a lot of that is a blur. I ain't gonna lie to you. We had quite a bit of fun. I remember. And I mean, we'll call this campus adjacent, right? There were a number of parties that were thrown. And I remember we had a big one. There was some spot on Congress that we used to always go to. Ooh. And we had a big like national championship kind of party shindig there. But it was cool, man. Like the city was buzzing. You know, things were certainly very different, right? You didn't have like social media to capture it in the way that it would now. So everybody, I think, was a lot more present because, like, you didn't know anything else. And so, we were just kind of living the dream, and we were rock stars at the time, man. And I think the thing that people also lose sight of is, like, the entire campus was on fire, from, whether it was academics or sports. And it wasn't just football. Like, we kind of put the cherry on top, but, like, the season – I guess the summer prior, baseball had just won the national championship. Right. You had basketball teams, both men's and women's were, on Final Four runs and stuff. So it was kind of like we were competing amongst the different programs on campus, and everybody supported each other really well. I had an opportunity to get to meet y'all when I first, hit campus. And so we knew like we had this swell of support behind us. So to finally see it all come to fruition, it was really dope, man. And then it kind of immediately set in that like that team is now gone and you're working towards something different. Our offensive line for the most part came back intact, but then you had a first year starter in Colt McCoy. So it was like, how do you try to rev this thing back up? So I think on one hand, like we had a great offseason. Don't get it twisted. Like we partied and we partied hard. Y'all know that. Like we were out, 6 out of the 7 nights of the week. Like, especially in the spring, we got our practice schedule was a little bit better. than the fall season. So you pair that with the academic schedule. Typically wasn't as stringent, to kind of give you some time to be able to recover and stuff. So we had a great time, man. We used to. I could think about like hitting Wednesdays at bongos, like stuff like that. And then of course the drink, which I always wonder, like where the kids go now? Because we had spots that were actually on dirty that weren't dirty, like they were fun. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it was Copper Tank, Amazon. Like we had all kinds of spots. So I always wonder what it is that they do now. But I mean, as hard as we partied, we practiced really hard, we prepared really hard. And that off season, the first, I would say month and a half of it really was just kind of like a culmination of all the hard work from the year prior. Then we pretty quickly flipped the switch because we had Ohio State coming to town the next fall. So we had to get right back to it and get ready.
Ed again, Junior. My God.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. He's still running in the stadium as we speak.
It's great. Hey, Marcus Jonesy, last week he talked about how he used to live with MD and he was a great chef and he cooked these amazing meals, but it was smoke and mirrors. But it made me think. Shout out to him. But when you think about that year particularly, right, national championship run, who was your roommate or who was your kind of your ace, your homie that you kind of ran with outside, and kicked it with that had your back?
Man, we rolled pretty deep. Yeah. Wherever we went, we were all kind of like shown up as a mob, but for the most part, Matt Melton and I roomed together when we were off campus, and then on the road, you would kind of pair up for hotel, whether it was in Austin when on Fridays we would go to a team hotel so that you weren't getting into as much before a home game. And then road games, you had somebody. So for me, that was Chris Obanaya for the most part.
Shout out to Chris, man. His dad is cool. Shout out Dr. Obanaya, man.
Yeah, my dog Chris, and he's doing some great stuff now. He and his wife. His wife, I think, is like Angel Reese's manager or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Matter of fact, if you watch, there was that Amazon show that they profiled all the LSU athletes. And the NIL or whatever a couple years back, the manager that you see with Angel Reese, that's Obanaya's wife. And then Obanaya now is, I think he's like a VP at, he's gonna kill me if he ever sees this when I get it wrong. It's like Tops. It's one of the card companies. Trading cards.
Oh wow.
And he's the VP over their NIL. So when you see a lot of our guys get NIL deals for the trading cards, that's in large part because of Obanaya. So that's who I roll with. And then I used to party with y'all too when y'all were in town, and we rolled pretty deep.
Let's clarify. It was me. Okay. Let's guys are a little bit. Everybody else is a little bit older. Let's just be honest.
I said when they were in town. They were in town.
Thank you.
What called us long in the tooth?
Right. Jonesy's like, yeah, it was me. Only me. That's when he was wearing that. Because that was back when Jonesy would bring the ring to the football games.
Oh, this is true. Well, so somewhere in there, this is also my formal introduction. Not long after this was my formal introduction to the Hornsmen. We went to Vegas. So see, like I had met each of you in, on my own individually, but I think like the first time when I was truly like with y'all as the Hornsmen and not just the homies was when we made that trip to Vegas. And then the story on the ring. So I had my national championship ring, and I moved and I thought I lost it. I had to go back to the school and order another one.
Jonesy wanted you to think.
So no. Well, I ended up finding it, and it was in some of my stuff that I was moving. So I have two of them, and Jonesy knew that. So whenever we would go somewhere, he'd be like, "Hey man, bring the ring." So I would bring it and just give it to him because even if something happened to it, I knew I had another one. That was always a good part of the story. So yeah,
Jonesy never told us there were two. He never
did. I don't know if he even knew. He probably didn't know.
We know him. He knew.
I used to love it because it was kind of like a ritual that we had going on with the start of the season. I'd see Marcus, we sit near each other, and I'd be like, "Hey man, I'm gonna need the ring." You put on the ring.
Yeah.
All these other people would be like, "Oh my god, you played," and I'd be like, "I'm like wet, 160 pounds, but thank you." Yes, I was quarterback. You know, yeah, I was quarterback.
It gave us season tickets for a year. There was an usher that saw Josie with the ring. People would have tickets for said seats. And he'd be like, no, y'all gotta move. These are their seats. And they'd be like, no, we got 4 and 5. And they're like, no, they got 4 and 5. Matter of fact, do you want to have a problem? And I was like, he got the ring. So
So for everybody who does not know what Bands of Buds is, it was an event that was done by Budweiser, and it was like the closest of a camaraderie of your friends get together, and you all compete in order to find out which crew, quote unquote, of friends were the best of friends, or at least know each other the best. So we were able to go to Vegas one time, and we said, Marcus was like, I'm coming out there.
Nice.
It's like, bet. Yeah. All right. So Marcus rolled out there. A whole bunch of people rolled out that year. Spurlock, I think he was out there with us also that year.
Oh yeah.
And I do remember Marcus being like, "Hey Jonesy, what you about to do? I'm about to go hit this craps table." I was like, "Bet, I'm gonna go hit this craps table with you." And I distinctively remember you telling me and guiding me the way, because I remember like we were playing in it. If anybody ever plays craps, man, you can get down 200-300 in about 45 seconds. And I remember you were just like, you gotta let it ride. See, you can't get up. Now I'm looking at you sideways. If words could only understand what my conscience is right now, I say, Mom, I'm down $350. Hey, come on, right? Yeah. Marcus is pulling out hundreds. Next thing you know, I'm up. Now I wasn't betting as aggressive as Marcus was. Next thing you know, I'm up a G. Marcus is up 2,500. Just ride it though. He's like, I see you got to ride it the whole time out, man. You got to stick with it. Since that day, man, I ride the ride, man. So appreciate
good times.
You.
Good
coaching them up.
Who said coaching them up?
Coach them up so we can go back to Vegas for another year post that. Yeah, good times in Vegas. Man, we talked about David Thomas a little bit earlier in the show. Now, oddly enough, Marcus, I heard that he was a virgin, an alcohol virgin, for quite some time. Let me be clear for those that are watching.
I was gonna say, yeah, get
an alcohol virgin.
There you go,
alcohol virgin. But yet somehow that changed by the time he left the University of Texas.
Yeah, man. So DT, man, great guy. He was one of my classmates in the 2002 recruiting class. And I had an opportunity to meet him while we were being recruited. But then we got even closer because my family, or at least my mother's side of the family, my mom is from Lubbock. And so she and my dad met at Texas Tech. My dad played football at Texas Tech. DT was from Wilford Friendship, which is West Texas, basically Lubbock, more or less. And so my senior year of high school, I had a basketball tournament in Lubbock, and DT and his family came and met up with us there, and we all got to go, eat afterwards. So his parents and mine used to kind of hang at games, and when they would travel, and just throughout the years, like DT just wasn't a guy that drank. Like he was about his business, awesome teammate. Somebody could certainly, count on for any and everything, but he just didn't drink. And so heading into that final, season of because he played as a true freshman, I redshirted, VY redshirted, a bunch of us redshirted. DT played as a true freshman, and he was, I guess you could call him undersized for maybe what today's prototypical tight end would look like, but I mean, he was a dog out there. Like he would block, and wasn't like he wasn't somebody that, was a negative in the run game, if you will, if you needed him blocked. And he was sure-handed as they come. And that's how I knew, in our true or false earlier, like DT was VY's go-to man. And prior to that season, I said, we're taking dead aim on the national championship. We had made a bet with DT. Hey, if we win the national championship, you got to take a drink. And so, sure enough, we won it. We go back to the hotel, and man, where did we stay? It was was it Century City? Is that what it was
Yes,
called?
yes. Toma knows it
Yes.
well. It's Century City.
I want to know why. Don't want to know right now, but Century City. So we get back to the hotel. We're partying in the lobby. There's agents everywhere because, guys like Huff are going pro and you name it. And we ended up getting DT a beer and he had his, first drink. And so it was cool, like that he allowed us to, kind of bring him into our semi-rambunctious world, if you will. And he, broke out of his shell a little bit. But, again, that was just kind of like another culmination of everything that we were able to accomplish together, and it was really dope. It was a lot of fun.
That's a dope first beer story right there.
Yeah.
No, it's dope.
It really
It's dope.
is.
Toma lost a battle.
Yeah.
And we'll talk
Another
about
beer-
it
another
later.
beer story.
Hornsmen
Yeah.
After Dark at Century City at that 2 nights before. She was a
Surprise.
strong competitor, Marcus. She was about 5'10", 260.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, she was.
Okay.
8 shots. Yeah,
We
we lost
gave
that
David
game. We won
Thomas a
the-
run for his money in the block game.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, it's a battle
Well,
every time.
real-
Trench warfare. You
so-
never know. You never know.
I get it.
You never know. Well, speaking of not knowing, Marcus, I wanted to shift the conversation back
Yes, sir.
to modern times. Not to beleaguer but we all got that experience. It was beautiful. Back to last
Yeah.
night and Back to the Future. So the CFP committee is meeting this Friday to talk about what that's going to look
Yeah.
like. What are your thoughts? Do you like the 12-team format? Would you prefer that they move to the 16, which is what they're discussing, could be voted on? Do you want to see it expanded to 24? What are your thoughts as we expand what looks to be a really solid kind of format so far?
Yeah, I mean, so I'll give you 2 quick answers. One being if it changes from the current format, I think 12 is maybe the right size, right? If I'm honest, like I don't really see a need for these G5 teams. Like it just realistically in this environment, it's not March Madness. None of them are making a run, and what happened to them in the first round more times than not is what's going to happen to them in the first round. So if you could eliminate that, then I think 12 is good. I think they'll probably have a trouble eliminating that in the immediate future. Maybe that's a 3-year down the road kind of thing. So because of that, I think 16 probably makes sense. I know the the Big Ten is trying to shoehorn in. All right, we'll agree to this if y'all will go to 24.
Yeah.
To me, 24 becomes
Notre Dame.
too much because at that point, again, you have a bunch of teams that don't really have a shot at it. And
Right.
even with 12, it's kind of dicey. But I think if you have 12 teams that are all P4 teams, that makes a lot more sense to me. But that's probably not as likely. So then I think 16 would probably be the best that we could get. And my hope would be that you're kind of reseeding. There's ultimately, if you're a conference champ, you're guaranteed a seed, but depending on how you rack and stack against everybody else, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a top 4 or guarantees you a bye or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, double click on something you just said. You said conference champ. Speaking of which, if you go to 16, do you just do away with the championship games?
I
the conference
would,
games?
because even as it stands, like we're in the SEC, of course, now, and we're moving to a 9-game conference schedule, starting this season. So, or, with the 2026 season. And then you got some conferences that don't have that. You got, at that point, it almost becomes a disadvantage to play an additional game in a conference like the SEC or the Big Ten. So I really don't see the point of it, especially when you have other conferences that maybe, aren't as challenging. And so, maybe a team that could get in but not have to go to one of those championship games. It just, to me, it creates, more conflict than it does, benefit anybody.
So do you, at that point, do you crown a championship to just whoever has the best record in the conference? Like people, like I agree, you should do away with the conference championship game. So, but at that point, I think there's something to be said that you're like, man, we won the SEC, or I don't know. Is that something that's important, or is it really about winning the national championship?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool to point to, and sure, it's an extra trophy, but like, the last year in the Big 12. Like outside of us being able to say we won it the first year and we won it the last year, nobody really cares that we won it because we didn't win the national championship. So, I mean, I guess it's cool to say you were a Big 12 champion that year, but if you didn't win it all, it was kind of like, okay, well, if everybody's saying you played in this soft conference that really only had two teams or whatever, then it's kind of like you're the tallest midget. I mean, that's great,
Well,
So
here we go.
Yep.
it just
I don't know if that's
so I
politically
don't know.
correct. Shout out to Jay-Z.
Maybe not.
Right.
Hey, look,
No, it is.
we don't have
Totally.
sponsors here. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Our
right
algorithm is growing. We can include everybody.
Yeah.
Those people.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, everybody.
I apologize if I offended anybody. Hopefully,
No,
you
no, no, no.
understand
It
where I'm
was a
going
quote
with
from
this.
the 444 album. We hear you, Jay-Z.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got it.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would matter as much going forward, right? Like, I think certainly, like for bragging rights, and obviously, like, so Georgia is the SEC champion, yes, but I mean, they would have much rather been the national champion. So I don't know going forward, as much as the game has shifted in every other place, do we just stay in kind of this archaic way of we need to be able to crown a conference champion by them playing a head-to-head extra game at some neutral site? I'm not sure if that's necessarily ideal for the modern game.
To copy that, Marcus, really quick, because now that I think about it, we obviously Texas, and I tell people all the time, what we do at Texas, all these changes, NIL, all these things, we're always going to be straight. It may take us a couple of years to figure out, but do you think like a Duke, for instance, if you would have put any kind of world that Manny Diaz and Duke was about to win a national championship, I don't know if they're going to have a parade, but I think for a conference championship, Duke, it was everything in football that they're the quote-unquote ACC champion. So that's where I would ask you, do you think some of these mid-level teams would care about it, or are we at the top of the list and it don't matter what everybody else thinks?
Yeah, I don't really care what they think. I mean, for all of that, even if they still didn't get in, and Miami was the one that ended up in the national championship game. Like, you had to say that for me to even remember that, right? Like,
yeah.
So I mean, sure, maybe they care, but even they don't care. They care more about basketball. Like, it was a cool thing to be able to say,
Right.
but now they're about to lose their quarterback to Miami. So it at the end of the day, like, some of this stuff kind of comes back to a little bit of some big bang take little bang, and the ones at the top are the ones that ultimately, typically get to make all the decisions. And sure, Indiana was kind of an anomaly of sorts, but then when you go back and find out, like, they have the largest living fan base.
Never knew that until 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know that, but then when you saw the game was in Miami, and it looked like it should have been in
They were
Indiana.
deep.
Like,
Yeah.
they were in there
deep.
deep, and you got guys like Mark Cuban and that kind of thing. So I don't know, man. I just, again, I think maybe some may care, but I think when it really gets down to it, it's when was the last time you were number one? Because if you're not, the rest doesn't really matter.
Well, look, we got a comment on YouTube from Apply Yourself. I think that's Jarrell Branch. I think
It is.
conference championships might be more important to entice donors. And you
That
make
reminds me. I feel like it's like that's the person that's in Raleigh, North Carolina, and they like the Duke that's in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's like, yeah, man, we're conference champion. And then the person in the next cube was like, y'all ain't nothing in basketball neither. Like, there's gonna be something like back and forth like that, because to those random people, it'll matter. But yeah, I put it to you like this: I don't know. We're gonna find more Indiana alum and fans and people that we don't know in the last 6 months, and people with shirts on in airports than we've ever seen. I don't think it's going to be the same for your Dukes and even Texas Tech, because as proud as Texas Tech was about finally winning the Big 12, you best believe when you say that you ain't scored no points, it's all going away, to your point, Mark.
Yeah. I hate to disagree with the comment, but I think it boils down. I think what it boils down to is, like, again, like, I don't think you saw a seismic shift in the university's enrollment because Texas won the Big 12 championship 2 years ago. But you certainly did after we won it in 05, or, the 06 championship game, 05 season. And you look at any university that wins a national championship, their enrollment spikes The dollars that come in spikes. You're going to start seeing stuff get built, differently. And so I think that's what donors care about. If anything, I'd almost push back even stronger and say, I think donors got tired of hearing, well, we won a Big 12 championship here and there, or now it would be okay, we won an SEC championship, but then you still get knocked off in the semis. Like, you've made the semis twice at this point. So at least for a school like Texas, what they want to see is a championship. At Georgia, they've won national championships a couple times under Kirby. They don't really care about yes, they care, but what matters is kind of the bottom line. It's about going to be able to hoist the trophy and get you a ring. Yeah. And that's what's going to bring in the dollars.
Hey, man, before we get out of here with Marcus Myers, really, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Now I'm going to be confused, like when I'm in the airport, when I see this IU on people's, I mean, like, is that a Kappa or did you go to Indiana? Because really, the only time you saw that paraphernalia, you'd be like, oh, yeah, he probably a noob over there.
That's fun.
Not really from Indiana. Hey, Marcus, my brother, appreciate you joining us today.
Yes, sir.
Man, shouts out to you. We got a little bit left in the episode. You can certainly stay on or you can jump off, but we are.
I can hang around. I got a little more time.
Kick it with us. Yeah, kick it with us.
Kick it with us. Well, as you kick it with us, we want to talk about, we had in our college pick'em on the app, we had a college bracket pick'em. We'd like to give a shout out to D. Millet, Derek Millet, for winning the College Bowl season pick'em. So the 2025 Hornsmen Bowl season winner goes to D. Millet. That's DS Millet 02. Y'all check him out. But our next competition was the bowl, the CFP bowl game pick'em, the Ultimate Brackets Challenge, where we were giving away 2 tickets. That's right, we were giving away 2 tickets to the first home game of the season. And that winner, let's say congratulations to Ashley Snell.
Hey.
Matter of fact, hey, let's bring. Is Ashley? I heard she was joining us, so we can give a proper props.
She got internet. I heard.
Dollar in.
She fell asleep. She fell asleep. Ashley. She's frozen. She's frozen in time.
Look at that smile. That's a smile in the making right there. Like,
she can't. She can't even take it.
Just because y'all added me, my connection is acting funky now. It's been fine all the time.
That's a way to introduce yourself to the program.
Hey, let's give it again, y'all. Ashley, welcome her in right. Congratulations, Ashley.
Ashley, great job.
Thank you.
And what a great birthday present, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Happy birthday. See there?
Smile day.
Give it to her.
Hey, Marcus, remember when I told you before about us having our own usher when we had your ring? Ashley was actually the first person that we sat with in the new, I guess, South end zone while she was in school. Josie and I sat with her, and she was like, I went to Westbury, and I know Miss Waits, and I know your mama. I was like, oh, okay, but can we have these 2 seats right here? She was like, as long as you don't stand in front of me. Because I'm in front of you.
Actually, I do remember those days. I do remember those days. Yes. So, Ashley, tell us about your strategy in the pick'em. I know you've been involved with us, hanging out, kicking it with us again. Thank you for playing. What was your strategy to winning?
My strategy. I don't know that I had one. I watched college football all day Saturday. I mean, I started at 8:00 and I turned it off after college football finals. So I felt like Indiana was it. They've been battle tested. They looked real good this season. And I was like, it's either gonna be Georgia. But yeah, I just looking every Saturday, seeing what everybody looked like. Yeah, I feel like Indiana was that team.
Well, let me ask you this question: did you have Texas A&M losing in the first round?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like, is that even a real question? Why were they even there? They played nobody this season.
Yeah. Wow. Facts. Wow. What about Texas Tech? Did you have them winning in the first round?
I did not. I thought it would be a close game, but no, I did not.
Yeah. Awesome. Fellas, anything to say to Ashley?
I just want to say shout out to you, Ashley. You're amazing mama, amazing nurse, planning all kinds of weddings. You're supposed to win. You got, it's the brain knowledge. So thank you for playing with us. Looking forward to next season.
I want to say, all these dudes that be talking to you about these games and how you doing, how does it feel to beat everybody on the screen? How does it
I'm serious, and today I'm unwell because college football is over.
It's over right now.
Capricorn season is over. College football season is over.
You know what would make us happy if you just broke into a little freestyle real quick.
Here we go.
I am not gonna freestyle. But no, I mean college football is over. I'm depressed. I go through depression when college football ends.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, you were with us in Columbus, Ohio. I mean, you were up with us till like 2. I went to bed. Y'all was still up for like 4, 5.
Oh yeah.
In the morning in the lobby at a hotel.
That's right.
We did square.
Ash.
So now I need some type of all access to these seats y'all be having, so I can hear my boys, so they can hear me when it's game time.
Look, MD, somebody went one second.
Right.
Hey, Marcus, can I have
Look,
your jersey?
the Natty is in Vegas next year. I need all the connections because we're going.
Look at that. Vegas. Come on. You heard it here first now. You heard it here first.
It's in Vegas?
Yeah.
It's in Vegas?
It is.
In Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's late. It's late. January
28th.
Like 25th or something. Yeah, it's
late.
That's after MLK Day, Thomas.
It's going down like
fully into the quarter then.
So Ashley, you went to Ohio State. Well, you were in Bama too, right? With us?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to remember all the ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a rider. She be rolling.
In that thing. I ride for my boys.
Yeah. Now, how Slim feel about getting beat too?
You like that sometimes.
You say he doesn't know?
It's so funny. Again, I want to reiterate. She beat us
everybody.
Individuals.
Hey.
So, what's they call it? A holistic victory.
I can appreciate it. I've watched a couple of football games over at the Sneals house, and I love how Ashley's always like, first of all, when it gets a little weird down here, there's a whole TV in a private area upstairs that we can go and listen to and watch the games with the real watchers. Thank you, Ashley, for your dedication to being a true Longhorn fan.
Yes.
We are also going to make you an honorary Horns woman, of course.
Horns woman, because you know I was going to ask.
Happy birthday to you.
We got some merch coming to you with those 2 tickets to the first game of the season. So thank you for joining us. Have a good night and
thank you.
Hook 'em.
You still.
And if there's any way to throw a Speed Flex UT helmet in there, authentic.
Wait a minute. What?
Ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready. I'm here for it. I know how to connect.
My goodness.
Marcus is going to fulfill that.
I just got to sign I'll work on it. I'll work
put
on
on
it.
the spot.
Hornsmen Myers will be right on.
Leadership. Yep. We step to it.
I love it. Ashley, well, thank you so much. We will talk to you soon. Appreciate you playing the game.
Of course. Thank you guys.
All right.
Absolutely.
Good night.
Fellas,
Cool.
man.
Wait, hold on. Now that she off, man, I was so mad. I ain't even come close, man. We got to stop. Next year, we got to be like Toma. All of us are like, A&M can't do it. Oklahoma can't do it. Toma's like, I'm trying to win this thing. I'm picking in my heart. And every time I see it, I'm like, Toma's winning again.
It's a good year for your boy, man. It was a good year for your boy, right?
Well, once you had the taste of victory, right? Your boy MD got the first one.
Mm-hmm. I'm a dude, so I gave it to you on purpose last year, but this was all me, baby.
It's all me, baby.
We're coming online.
Hey, thank y'all for coming out. Hey, because I guess we getting musiced out.
Hook 'em.
You like the Grammy.
Yeah.
Another successful college football season.
Let's go, boys.
Winning it next year, though.
Marcus,
Shout out
appreciate
to
you
Marcus
jumping on,
Myers.
my friend.
Into the off season we go.
Rest your liver.
Speak true with a grain, no guilt, just build. All facts.
stretch.
He the lie why, said the vibe don't
Shout out to Lyle Sidline and Brian
Hey,
Rose.
let's go. Basketball, we up. Shout out to ladies basketball.
Waist on the mic, got the blueprint law.
Blueprint law.
Hit
Right.
deep
Yeah,
like
don't
a
it?
fourth down star.
This is
He
the
does
ending.
that plays with a scholar's code. Oh, so game with that black top mode. Street smart. Then it's Jonesy. Yeah, the crowd gon' know. Talk to him, DJ. Whole white 5-0, he the beat maestro. Right away, fade away. Fade in the mix, smooth voice in the air. That groove, spinning that soul, got that UT flair. H-Town to ATH. It's the talk, it's the talk, it's the tale they slang.